The film opens with young Benjamin Gates sitting in the living room with his grandfather, John Gates, who tells him an exciting story about their family's history. His grandfather reveals a long-held secret of the Gates family, which is the legend of a great treasure hidden by the founding fathers of the United States during the Revolutionary War. In this tale, Gates learns about a treasure from a ship that carried copper from Europe and was hidden in America.
Great for any one man back to Europe and took the name. They formed a new brotherhood called the Freedmen. War followed. Paul Revere never fallen into the hands of the British. One remained, and that Gates.
His grandfather emphasizes that the treasure is real and challenges Gates to find it someday. Years later, after extensive research and expeditions, an adult Benjamin Gates and his team discover clues related to the shipwreck thought to hold key information from the legend. They embark on a challenging adventure in the Arctic, facing extreme weather, thick ice, and dangerous terrain. Upon arriving at the predicted location of the shipwreck, they must break through thick ice to reach the ruins of the ship. With special equipment and a trained team, they successfully penetrate the ice and discover the long-lost shipwreck.
Found it, I have no doubt.
I'm just relieved that I'm not. Hey, let's go!
Ben and his team then conduct a thorough investigation inside the ship. Using archaeological tools and advanced technology, they explore every corner of the ship in search of hidden clues. After several days of exploration, they find a secret chamber hidden within the ship. Inside this chamber, they discover valuable artifacts and ancient documents believed to hold key clues. One of the artifacts provides coordinates or other hints leading to the actual treasure location. During this process, Ben finds a beautifully carved pipe. Initially, his team thinks the pipe is worth billions, but after Ben accidentally gets his blood on it, they discover the next clue.
Key in silence.
Suddenly, Ian and Shaw betray him, planning to kill Ben. Fortunately, Ben isn't fooled. He threatens to ignite a flare since the room is filled with gunpowder that could blow up the ship. If Ian shoots, the fire will ignite the explosives there. Ian remains unfazed, confident that the flare will soon go out. However, Ben throws the flare at Ian before it goes out, causing a fire on the ship.
Smuggler's hole, get in! Follow me!
Someone sees the smoke.
9 miles east of here.
The Declaration of Independence, Ben.
After the conflict and returning from the Arctic expedition, Ben and his team begin analyzing the key clues they found. These clues lead them to Independence Hall in Philadelphia, a historic site in the United States. Independence Hall, where the Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776, holds significant meaning for their search. At first, they plan to carefully examine this important document. However, since no one believes the document contains the treasure map code sought after by many and at risk of being stolen, Ben decides to take it by force.
Yes, ma'am.
What?
The location of...
Despite debating the complexity of the electronic combination lock protecting the document, Relay is determined to help Ben and do whatever it takes to obtain it.
With an inch of bullet off if someone gets too close with a high crete. Steel plate.
The plan begins with hacking into the CCTV and giving a special gift to Abigail, who knows all the access points in the building.
Here you are. Hallway.
The gift is an ancient coin treated with a special solution. Relay pretends to record the building, but is actually directing a hot laser at the security sensor, forcing Abigail to move the document to a secret room to fix the sensor.
What have you got?
The theft begins that night. Ben disguises himself as a janitor and sneaks in while Relay monitors from the car. They prepare all the necessary equipment and strategies to investigate without being detected, then begin searching for hidden clues. First, Ben approaches Abigail and makes small talk to get her fingerprint. Meanwhile, Ian and his team are also attempting the same theft. Ben tries to enter smoothly, while Ian aggressively hacks his way in. Ben is unaware of their actions and is confident his plan will go smoothly once he obtains the document. However, when Ian's crew takes over the CCTV, Ben's plan starts to unravel. He quickly takes the document out, but encounters Ian and his team, then tries to escape through the elevator.
He's got a bloody map.
Ben quickly opens the glass door and rolls up the declaration document. Meanwhile, Abigail grows suspicious of Ben's presence at the party. After checking, it turns out that Ben is not on the guest list. Once he exits the elevator, Ben hides in the museum's gift shop and is suspected of being a thief because he has a rolled-up document in his jacket. The cashier, misunderstanding the situation, asks Ben to pay first. Soon after, security inside the building learns that the Declaration of Independence has been stolen. Coincidentally, Abigail sees Ben rushing out. As Ben steps outside and is about to leave, Abigail calls out to him. She then asks about the document Ben is holding. Not long after they meet, a theft alarm goes off. Realizing what's happening, Abigail quickly understands that Ben is the thief. Ben immediately returns the document and tries to escape. Ian sees Abigail calling for security with the document in her hands. When they return to the museum, Ian and his crew kidnap Abigail along with the Declaration document. Ben and Relay quickly pursue their car. As they drive through a construction area, the back door of Ian's car swings open, causing Abigail to dangle while holding the document.
Get me next door! Abigail!
Ian manages to grab the document, but Ben succeeds in saving Abigail. Inside the car, Ian opens the document, only to find it's a replica from the gift shop that Ben bought, meaning the original document is still with Ben. Abigail asks who Ian and his crew really are. Ben explains that they are the thieves of the Declaration. Meanwhile, Peter, an FBI agent, arrives to investigate the disappearance of the Declaration of Independence. Through the CCTV footage, they discover that the suspect is Ben Gates. The FBI successfully enters Ben's apartment and finds data indicating that Ben is a historian, a naval engineer, and a graduate of several military training centers. All this information confuses Peter about what Ben is really searching for. Although Ian failed to obtain the document, he tries to find further clues from the words discovered on the ship. Meanwhile, Ben visits his father's house to ask for help. His father is angry because Ben's only goal is to find treasure. However, Ben tells his father that he has found Charlotte, which leaves his father silent and curious if Ben will actually find the treasure. Ben explains that he has found the next clue, but his father gets angry again because they are only finding clues without any concrete results. His father believes that the treasure is just a myth. But Ben ignores his father's words and begins searching for clues on the back of the Declaration by rubbing it with an acid-soaked cotton ball.
Antique documents is gonna do. Okay, in the upper right-hand corner. I'm so getting fired.
When they find nothing, his father starts to get curious and eventually helps by suggesting they read the writing on the back of the document. His father says they need heat, so Ben and Abigail blow their breath on the document until the writing starts to appear. The writing on the back of the declaration turns out to be a code that must be combined with the silence letter. Ben asks his father for the silence letter, but it has already been donated to the Franklin Institute. Upon hearing this, Ben and his team quickly leave the house.
I don't have them, son.
Before leaving, Ben makes sure his father looks as if he is being held hostage by them to avoid involvement with the approaching FBI.
Don't worry, Mr. Gates. We'll find your car.
Moments later, Ben and his team arrive in Philadelphia. There, Relay pays a kid to note the letters based on the code found on the back of the document. At the same time, Ian and his team have also arrived at the location and feel suspicious seeing a kid continuously staring and writing something from the silence letter.
The letters. Go get him.
Soon after, the kid steps out to deliver the final code from the letter. Seeing the kid about to leave, Ian follows closely behind. After the kid exits, Relay has already left, and fortunately, Ian doesn't notice him. After getting the password, Relay approaches Ben to share the clue he found. Abigail adds that the clue is connected to the Liberty Bell. Ben also discovers the next clue, which refers to a clock showing to 22 on a $100 bill.
One of those driveway. It's actually quite valuable. The $100 bill is an etching of Independence. Hold this.
Okay.
I think if we look at this clock, 2:22.
Even though it's currently 3 o'clock, Ben remembers that clocks in the past ran slower, meaning they still have a chance to see that time.
Means in 1776, it would be.
Benjamin Franklin.
Meanwhile, Ian manages to catch the kid previously paid by Relay and gets additional clues by giving him money. Using the internet, they search for information about the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall. A little later, the clock shows 3:22, and from there, Ben sees a shadow of Independence Hall pointing to something. He approaches the shadow, while Relay and Abigail head towards the Shining Room. Upon arriving and spotting a mark on the bricks, Ben quickly pries open the brick and discovers a unique pair of glasses inside. When Ian and the others arrive, Ben has already disappeared before they can see him. Now, Ben, Relay, and Abigail are back together.
These.
Ben starts examining the declaration document using the glasses he found, and they finally get a new clue. Here at the wall, while pondering the meaning of this clue, Ben notices Ian and his team guarding outside the building. To prevent the clue from falling into Ian's hands, Ben instructs them to split up. Even after separating, Relay and Abigail are spotted by Ian's men, leading to a chase.
Time to run.
Follow me.
At that moment, Abigail and Relay get separated, but Abigail manages to evade capture thanks to a butcher's help. After a while, Relay and Abigail reunite and try to escape. However, the declaration document that Abigail is holding falls into the middle of the road and is grabbed by Ian. With the declaration document in hand, Ian instructs his men to stop the chase. Meanwhile, Ben is on his way to his car. Suddenly, Peter appears and immediately arrests Ben. Seeing Relay and Abigail approaching, Ben quickly signals them to leave as soon as possible. At that moment, Relay and Abigail feel confused about what to do next. That same day, Ben is in the FBI office with Peter, who is interrogating him. Inside the FBI office, Peter asks about the whereabouts of the Declaration of Independence, but Ben states that Ian took the document. Peter doesn't accept any excuses and gives Ben two choices. First, he could go to prison for a very long time. Or second, they could retrieve the declaration together, but Ben would still serve a lengthy prison sentence. During the interrogation, Ben asks how he can avoid going to prison, but Peter explains that someone must serve time. When Ben sees the glasses in Peter's hand, his phone suddenly rings. It turns out to be a call from Ian. Ian requests to meet Ben at the designated harbor tomorrow at 10 a.m. and asks Ben to bring the glasses he found earlier. Ian wants this meeting to remain hidden from the FBI. However, the next day, the FBI is already monitoring their meeting. At that moment, Ian's men prepare to fire a communication device to disrupt the FBI's ability to hear their conversation.
Sightseeing helicopter.
Flight plans and authorization records on that craft.
Against you, if that's what you're asking.
Thomas Edison, leading on.
Soon after, Peter instructs Ben to board an F-16 plane immediately. He also orders his men to recapture Ben. But just as Ben is about to get on the plane, he suddenly jumps and dives into the sea. Underwater, there is already diving gas prepared. This is all part of a plan orchestrated by Abigail in collaboration with Ian, where she will provide the next clue if Ben successfully escapes the FBI. Ben eventually meets with Ian, who has the declaration document and the pipe they previously discovered. However, when Ben mentions the location of the treasure, Ian is skeptical of his claim. Instead, Ian reveals that he has captured Ben's father. Ben then reveals that the treasure is located at Trinity Church. Upon arriving there, Relay and Abigail are also captured by Ian's men. They all look at the clues on the back of the declaration document using the ancient glasses.
Why would the map be somewhere?
After uncovering the clue, they begin to explore the church's underground passages in search of the treasure. After a while of searching, they find a path leading to a hole.
Okay, who wants to go down the...
McGregor? Careful. Come here.
However, suddenly one of the wooden beams breaks, causing Ian's men to fall into a room.
Get on!
Yeah. Get down there.
Once again, they find no treasure and suspect that everything has been moved. Ben and his father's deceitful words were meant to trick Ian and his men to looking for clues elsewhere.
Clue.
No, there are no more clues.
When Ian leaves, they continue their search and discover a secret door. Unfortunately, when they open it, the treasure has vanished. All of Ben's efforts seem to have been in vain. Despite this, his father feels proud of Ben for getting this far. As they begin to lose hope and consider leaving, Ben discovers a door with a hole resembling the pipe they found on the ship. Upon investigation, they realize that the hole is the very spot they have been searching for the treasure.
Secondary.
They then exit and meet Peter, handing over the declaration document. Ben proposes a deal to Peter to exchange the treasure worth $10 billion for the restoration of Dr. Abigail's name. He also requests that the Gates family be honored for the treasure discovery and hopes no one goes to prison. However, since someone must face consequences in this case, Ben suggests that Ian be the one convicted.
Government property.
After this journey concludes, Ben and the others finally receive 1% of the treasure. On this happy day, Ben marries Abigail and buys a valuable old house, while Relay fulfills his dreams by purchasing luxury items. The film ends.